The video you're about to watch is pre-recorded. It is pre-recorded. So let's go.
Tell him. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name.
This is DM3 Entertainment Live, where this is the show that I react to videos, may have guests on my panel, and I take calls and talk to you. Sit back, relax, and let's get started. Let's go.
Really turning me on, blow my mind every time I see you. Y'all help me out. You are so sexy, you really turn me on, blow my mind every time I see your face, girl. I like where we at now.
What's up, world? I'm back. Yo, like I said earlier in this video, it's pre-recorded. A video I did last Saturday because I had like some new equipment, I didn't do it right, so the audio didn't come out. So what I'm trying to do is catch up before tomorrow, which is Sunday, because like y'all all know, 7:30 every Sunday, I'm going live, talking about whatever I feel like when I feel like talking about it. And sooner or later, I'll get guests on, get people to kick it and talk with me. So, and then I'm gonna have this other feature called I'm gonna talk about it, meaning that when I get on the phone or get with somebody on a whim to just talk about stuff, and I jump on, which will be it can happen at any time. That's when that joint come. But remember, every Sunday 7:30, I'm live. So today, what I'm rocking with and redoing is this joint I did last Saturday called Traditional Ladies versus Modern 304s. And you get what I'm saying, 304s. If you have pages back in the day, you know what 304s are. So also, you know that I always play music before I get started, but that's to try to get the people to come in so they don't miss nothing. But because this is pre-recorded, I'm just gonna hit you with the song because the song goes with what I'm talking about. So with no further ado, let's rock and roll and let's go with this. Here we go.
Remo, they hit me. Oh.
Cash flow. Remo the hit maker. He calling ladies dots and hoes. I'm calling dots and hoes, not the ladies. It's a difference. Check it out. I need a lady, not a thot, here's a reminder. Ladies wanna be black queens, and thoughts wanna be black China. Ladies like a man who work hard with some drive. That's like, fuck that, what kind of car does he drive? Ladies cook for you, throw down and be chefing. Thoughts ready to fight, they throw down in a second. Ladies, they be faithful, thoughts they a cheater. Ladies, hi Miss Parker, thoughts by Felicia. Ladies got to work so they sleep before 12. Thoughts in the club cause it's free before 12. Ladies cancel dates for their kids like fam, nah. That's like, come on baby, you going with grandma. A lady got a brother, that's a sibling that we know. A dot say that's a brother, that nigga hitting it on the low. Dots get high, but can't get higher. That's one power couples, ladies, empires.
I ain't got time for these hoes. They really worth nothing. No, I ain't got time for these souls, yeah. I ain't got time for these stats, no, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a back, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a back, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a back,
lady want a man that ass in school with his MBA. A dot want a nigga in the NBA. Dots sit home, watch reality shows. Ladies still in tune with reality though. Ladies get a salary, you know, wage an hour. Ladies want weddings, dots want baby showers. Dots do freak shit, throw it on the gram. Ladies is freaks too, but only for they man. She's a slut, she's a hoe, she's a freak. Ain't got a job, but everything on fleek. Thinking that I'm disrespecting ladies, nigga, stop. I just know the difference between the ladies and the dots.
I ain't got time for these hoes. They really worth nothing. No, I ain't got time for these hoes. Yeah, I ain't got time for these stats. No, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a dot. Yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a dot. Yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a dot. Yeah. I ain't got time for these hoes. They really worth nothing. No, I ain't got time for these hoes. Yeah. I ain't got time for these stats. No, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a dot. Yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a thought, yeah. There's a difference having a lady in a thought,
Yeah. You know, what you gonna rock with, a lady or you gonna rock with a thought? Now, back in the day, they used to call them thoughts. Today, you know them as 304s. You know them as she for the streets. You know them as slut puppies. You know them as all these things, meaning that they not a lady because they don't know traditional ways to be a lady and how to act like a lady. So I rocked out with this video here and made this so we can have this little, you got verses. Well, we got verses right here, where's what you want, a lady, or what you want is a thotty, or as my homeboy would say, hood rats make the world go round. That's, the mentality of the toxic individual who don't understand that you're trying to build a nation, not trying to tear it down. So with further ado, I'm going to show you this video that I put together, and we're going to stop and go as we go. And I'm going to show you the difference between a lady and a 304. So let's rock out. Here we go.
To stop asking me what I bring to the table. Why would I be bringing anything to a table I'm not trying to sit at?
These are just some observations. It seems that the men that are asking women what they bring to the table have some overlap with the men who are requesting a traditional woman. Now, men created a system by which men are expected to bring things to the table and not women. So you see how that contradicts itself? The idea of a woman being a traditional woman but bringing things to the table, they don't mesh. Because either you want a traditional woman that has to bring nothing to the table because you bring it, or you want a woman to bring something to the table but you have to accept the role of the modern woman. But I think that some of y'all want this hybrid modern woman where she is modern where it suits you, traditional where it benefits you, and you want to be traditional exclusively because the only thing that traditional men had to do is pay for shit.
All right, I'll let y'all hear the whole video and let you see what they talking about. Now, we always hear people today, the ones trying to wake up and realize that doing this thing by yourself ain't smart. Having that mentality, I could do bad all by myself. Why do bad by yourself when you can do good with somebody? It's all about compromises and working out a plan between you and man, meaning ladies or women turning into ladies and working with a man. Now, in this video, Shorty goes, what do I bring to the table? Well, I don't even want to be at the table. So that's not even somebody you should highlight anyway. They come out their mouth that way. You just go about your business, little girl, because that's what you is. Your mentality ain't right, and I ain't got time for it. Now, the young man that was trying to cap or trying to be a Captain Save a 304, he don't understand that when it comes to modern women, that follow the feminist movement, he's an opt. He's an opt for them. So there's no need for you trying to save somebody that looks at you as the enemy. And if you're looked at as the enemy, then you need to reevaluate what you're doing and get with people who think the same as you, or people that got your back, meaning men who understand that we got to come in a different direction today and stop trying to save them and save ourselves by correcting our misfortunes in the way that we go about things. Now, the thing he said having to do with trying to get a woman who's traditional and also wanting them to be modern and all this is a contradiction. No, it's not a contradiction. The reason why it's not a contradiction, because when people say, what do you bring to the table? They're not talking about physical things. They're talking about the mentality of a female. What is your mindset? What do you think when you come into the table? Do you know how to raise children? Do you know how to treat your man properly? Do you know how to be grateful towards someone who chose to be with you and chose to go to work every day, come home, pay the bills? Because honestly, that's what men are supposed to be doing. Men are supposed to be paying for the bills, making sure the roof is there, making sure the lights are on, making sure the water is on. And then from there, they get the old statement of, I pay the cost to be the boss. So if you pay the cost to be the boss, then you should get gratitude from your woman, because that's one less thing she got to worry about, you know? So when anybody in the future ever comes with this, what do I bring to the table? It's about your mentality and what you can do to benefit the man that's with you. Because just like you say you can do bad all by yourself, a man can do the same exact thing. A man can clean his own house. A man can pay his own bills. A man can do everything that you say that you do. And the thing is, he's trying to find somebody he could build with. And when you say build, meaning build his empire, and then you are the queen of his empire. You know, it's not the other way around. King first, queen to help the king. You know, that's how it rocks out. You may not like it, but it's the truth of the matter. So that's the first part of it, of the verses, having to do, giving you the point of view from a 304, a modern woman's point of view. So now let's go with the traditional woman's mind state. Let's go. Verses.
The people that are doing their job, right? The mothers that are doing their jobs. Oh, stay-at-home mom? Oh my God, that's like, wow, not very accomplishing. Where did that concept come into your mind? Oh, I know. Cultural programming. To think that the concept of a stay-at-home mom is foreign and backwards and crazy and lacks accomplishment. This is the dirtiness of feminism today. Feminism has nothing to do with women's rights. It has nothing to do with protecting children. It is anything but. It is almost the exact opposite. Feminism today is anti-women. It is anti-mother, which means it is necessarily anti-child. And I've had enough of it. We've been mocking the people.
Yeah, a lot of you people you see on the screen, it was Candace Owens, and then all of a sudden you get your panties in a bunch because it's Candace Owens and she rocks out with Trump or she rocks out the Republicans. That's a whole nother topic. But I tell people, stop being pimped out by the Democrats anyway. What have they done for us? But we're not going to talk about that right now. What we're going to talk about is that even if you don't like a person, if they coming to you with truths and evidences having to do with something that's going to do better for you, then you need to open your ears and you need to listen. And what she said is the fact of, why do y'all constantly keep trying to embarrass or make a woman feel bad because she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of her children? Be something that God created her to be. God gave you ladies the ability to have children. Men cannot bear children. We can put the seed in you, because without us, there won't be a child, because you have to have it be, you must, put the seed in the woman, meaning that fertilizer, right? Put the semen to the egg, and then bam, the child starts growing inside the belly. But you need both for it to begin, to start. So, but when it does start, Like she said, stop trying to make women look like they bad because they want to do the traditional thing, which helps the family as a whole. Because that's the thing, you know, young ladies, you got to stop thinking stingy. It's all about you. It's all me, 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 me. It should be us, 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 meaning yourself, your child, and your husband. And when you do that, you'll rock out and you'll be better. And you won't have to go through half the stuff we're going through, being bamboozled and hoodwinked into thinking that doing everything by yourself is the best thing to do, which is not. The best thing is to do it in a unit, because more than one makes things happen. You know, if you have to push a boulder up the hill and it's too strong for you by yourself, if you have some assistance and that person was stronger than you, and then y'all two doing it together, you push that joint up the hill and y'all make things happen. So y'all got to stop this with it. It's only about you. So that is the traditional ladies' point of view for the verses. So here we go. On to the next one. Let's go.
Understand. You know, the traditional men, our forefathers, who could build homes with their bare hands, go into the bush and hunt for fresh meat for their wives to cook for their household. You know, traditional men who guarded and protected homes and entire villages. These modern young men, because of plenty education, are outsourcing all their traditional roles. They go and buy homes already built. They let their wives go to the market to buy meat, frozen meat, dead carcass. They hire security guards to guard their homes. And they'll be out here looking for traditional women and virtuous women. We have lost it. We have lost our young men to education, to modern education and Western influence. Hey!
All right. With that one, I don't know if Shorty was trying to be sarcastic or she was being genuine. But on the sarcastic side, where she say men go out and buy houses and they don't build it with their hands, or they don't go out and hunt and go kill the meat and bring it home so the wife can cook it. That's all well and good, you know. But you have to understand that in this modern time, you still can go out and do those things, but there are other things that have been put in that place, meaning a man is still hunting by going out every day and going to work, dealing with the savage world of outside of his household, dealing with the ins and outs of every day, not knowing what's going to go on, is going to come home safe. And this is what he's doing. And you, as the wife, if he's bringing home enough finances and enough things to keep the house going, then he's doing his manly duty by protecting you so that you don't have to go out into the savage world that we call modern day today. Now, this thing about dead carcasses and stuff being in the refrigerator aisle and the wife having to go to the grocery store and all that, that's still a fact that the man is giving you the money because he's done the part he's supposed to do as a man, making sure he maintains 100% of what he's supposed to do, making sure the house is a house that you live in, a roof over your head when it rains, gets cold, or any of those nature, you're being taken care of. He's doing his job. So it makes no sense for a female that has a modern mindset to be thinking that you're trying to be funny by saying a man doesn't do what our ancestors did. You know, our ancestors did what men are supposed to do, and men today that are responsible are doing the things that they're supposed to do in the structure of what's set up in modern day society today. So that's your first one. Once again, the modern 304's point of view. So now let's see what the traditional young lady will give us.
Much. Bro, look, us women, we're not asking for much.
Oh, just to let y'all know, the first video would be a sarcastic, so I give you verses of a man being sarcastic, give me from the other aspect of things. Here we go.
He is 6 foot man, okay, 6 figures. No, scratch that. 8 figures.
Oh, yes,
he's got to
you
cook
deserve
because
better.
I ain't doing it. He's got to clean because that's slave work.
we ain't not
and
cleaning.
He's got
Hell
to be,
no.
you know, good with family and everything. That's not a lot to ask for.
No,
right?
sis, it's not. It's totally
Okay,
practical.
yeah, and all I want is a girl who respects me and is not a hoe. Please, not a hoe.
What? You're a misogynoir. You hate women. No, if you have a small dick, just say that.
What?
If you're
Girl,
I'll stop it again right there. As y'all noticed with the sarcasm, the man, he did get sarcastic and said what he said. But the thing is that we're not shaming women constantly about, you know, what their preferences are. What we do is you try to say, is that realistic what you are asking for? You know, do you really have to have that type of attitude? But when we give you our preferences and what we want, you say that we're chauvinistic, we're with small dick energy, all these type of things that you don't have to say. What you do is, if you don't like who you're rocking with, then don't mess with them. Deal with somebody else, you know. But don't, you know, insult a man for having his preferences. You be like, okay, you got the right to prefer what you prefer, and that's how it should be. It should be no other way. So that's that one. So let's move on to the next one. Here we go.
look.
Next.
You listen, men are supposed to wait. Men. You listen, men are supposed to wait. Listen. Men are supposed to, traditionally, you're not supposed to worship the ground with walk on.
Okay, wait, hold on.
This is can I finish?
Should we be traditional? Should we be traditional then? You might drop the traditional,
This
please.
is a problem with society. Traditionally, you are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? We're meant to be here, you're meant to be there. That's why it's different. If God has blessed you with your queen, you better just grab her. Guys, I mean, look at this magnificence. You know, perfection. I'm a queen, darling, do you understand? I'm a woman. Superior gender. Do you understand? That men, you listen.
All right. Verses, first part, 304, Modern Woman. I don't know where her mentality is, and just check it out. That's not only in America that this madness is going on, but this madness has gone across the pond to the other side, to England, where young ladies think that men are supposed to worship them. First of all, no one is supposed to worship anybody because we are the creation of the Creator. And if anyone needs to be worshiped, it's the Creator, the Most High. I call him Allah. You may call him Jehovah. You may call him Jesus, or whatever you call the Most High. But that's who's getting worshiped, not you, young ladies. And this thing about being a queen, I'm gonna tell you, like I made a video a while ago with Patrice O'Neal. And he made a good point. He said being a queen is a good point, but you can't be a queen unless you got a king. The only way a woman becomes a queen is if she marries a king or her father was the king and he had no heirs to become king. So now she becomes the queen, like the queen in England right now. Once the queen passes away, and Prince Charles will become the king. But the reason she became the queen is because her father didn't have any heirs at the time. So, ladies, you got to start thinking logically and stop this nonsense about every 5 minutes you're like, I'm the queen, I got to be treated like a queen. But you're acting like a low-life poor person with your mentality and the way that you do things. Instead of saying to yourself, let me humble myself, figure out where my weaknesses are, strengthen my weaknesses, and get myself together so I can find a king, and then I can become his queen, and then I can be a queen. That's how it should be. and this stuff that you are doing is not appealing. It is not sexy. It is definitely not attractive. So y'all need to check yourselves before you wreck yourselves. This is old hip hop sayings, but this is the truth of the matter. Right now, women are definitely wrecking themselves by doing the nonsense that they be doing now. It's not cute at all. It is not cute at all. So let's move on. And here we go with the next part.
Housewife my entire life, and I love it here. So this one is for my aspiring housewives. As women, we do not give these men an option to not be great. When they say behind every great man, there is a great woman, that is 100% factual. Ladies, we need to understand that men are extremely competitive. So therefore, don't try to compete with your man at home and still expect him to have the same energy outside of the household. It is our job as a wife to make sure our man is healthy, motivated, and at peace. So when he goes out in the real world, he has all the tools he needs to secure the bag. Because once he secures the bag, now you have time to make rules all day. Cheers. Amen.
The young lady that you just saw, like I said, we're doing verses here. 304 came first with her mentality. And now she here comes as a traditional lady, understanding what her role is. And when you have a role like that, it makes it easier in a relationship to behave and move forward and build. And the way she thinks and the way she does things, only women who have toxic femininity, or as I say, they have toxic masculinity because they're acting like men, can't see the wisdom in what young lady is saying. I say take the time, listen to what she's saying and put it in your life. And maybe you might not be by yourself. And maybe you might not have to constantly keep saying, I do bad all by myself. Why should you do bad by yourself if you just twerk the way you are, not twerk your booty, but twerk the way you do things, and prepare yourself to be with a man who's going to do the right thing. Don't mess with, as everybody says, don't be messing with Pookies and Ray Rays, thugs, dudes is in prison that don't do nothing. Look at the brothers who are normal, working 9 to 5s, making sure their bills are paid. As some ladies say, the corny guys, the normal fellas, the people who don't go out to the club and be partying every single weekend, but maintaining his household. Maybe that's who you should be looking at and having the mentality she has. And I'm guaranteeing you, but only God knows, but by what I understand, things will start changing and you'll start seeing some positive things happening in your life and not all this negative energy that y'all be pushing into the universe. Let's go.
It's women are not slaves. I don't care what nobody feel like. I don't care. Black women, you are not a slave. You've been a slave for too long, baby. You carry these queens and these kings. Do what you gotta do, okay?
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
All right, y'all see that, right? Little Shorty is on the mic talking about carrying kings and queens. What did I tell y'all earlier? In order for you to be the king or queen, you have to come from an empire, meaning your father, if you was a young man and your father was already the king, meaning that he had his financial self all set, meaning that there was a home, there was some generational wealth already set. So when his father passes away, he just moves forward into the family business or the family income and things like that. And he doesn't have to struggle. Then you could say, okay, he's a king, meaning the mother had babies and the babies came out in a family structure and they move forward and he transfers to the king. But if you go around being a single mom or being a dad, having 3 or 4 babies out of wedlock, ain't nobody carrying no kings and queens. I'm going to say it. What you carrying is a bunch of bastards. And maybe I think that's what happens with the world today. They don't want to be reality and say what it really is. If you want kings and queens, you got to behave like a king and a queen. And the king builds his empire, finds him a queen, and she becomes a queen to continue to keep the empire going, right? And then the second part she says is saying a woman that stays home, cleans, and does the things that she's supposed to do to make her family grow, that she's a slave. No, that's not slavery. That's building. That's a empire builder, a person building for the future of her family and her future people that will be in her family after she's gone, right? And then everybody wants to listen to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, but as you see at the end of the video, she's talking about she don't cook, she don't clean, but she got caught on the video cleaning her house. Stop being duped and stop believing everything you hear from rappers. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. They live in a fantasy world. This is not real what they talking about. What they talking about is stuff to make them money, and that's what you're doing, making them money. Start listening to what's real out here. Real people doing real things. Rappers are just here to make money for themselves. So that's that one. 304s. Now here we go with the traditional ladies position. Let's go.
Oppressed, me cooking and baking. Oppressed, me wanting to look pretty for hobby. Oppressed, me taking care of my home. Oppressed, loving and caring for our babies. Oppressed, me loving my husband. Take me. Versus an alpha female. Boss babe, me caring so much about my appearance. Empowered, hating men and the patriarchy. Girl power, me caring about issues in the world than my marriage. Strong, me cleaning our home.
I don't know if y'all noticed with this video right here, anything that had to do with being a caring person, taking care of her husband, making sure her family was right, was all oppressed. Keeping a clean house is being oppressed. Oh, you got to live nasty and disgusting. You know, knowing how to cook so your family can eat right and not be obese and out of shape is oppressed. Come on, people. Y'all got to stop believing this nonsense. Because now then they flip it on the other side. Like he said, you fight for all these rights for everybody else, but you're not strong enough to keep your own family right while your family having problems. It reminds me of like my mom used to say, don't be at somebody else's house cleaning, your house is dirty. You should be taking care of what's yours in your own first. Because it realizes if all of America took care of their own, then you wouldn't have to worry about other people because everybody as a unit would be doing what they need to do. You know, y'all got to stop this being manipulated and brainwashed to believe that being a woman with a man is a bad thing. Listening to your husband is a bad thing. Being a person who takes care of their own children, not letting somebody else take care of your children is a bad thing. Y'all got to realize this. It ain't nothing wrong with being a traditional lady. All right, we're going to keep going.
In regards to the lack of... So I made a post last week in regards to the lack of femininity in the modern woman, right? And I had a lot of guys agree, so I hope that they agree with part 2. I think there's a valuable conversation around why the modern woman, so to speak, seems to be behaving in a more masculine than feminine way. And I would assert a lot of it has to do with the lack of masculinity in the modern man. There's a lot of conversation about allowing men to lead. However, I don't think there's enough fair conversation about teaching men how to lead properly so that women feel comfortable letting go and allowing them to take the wheel. We have a generation of men who are full of excuses, whose parents coddled them, who don't hold their friends and their loved ones accountable when they see that they're doing some bullshit, and then you're surprised when women don't want to follow. If I believe I had the right answers, I wouldn't follow you neither. So to be fair, I think there needs to be conversations on both sides in order to strengthen the relationship amongst us all.
All right, with that one, That's on the side of the 304s, but not what you're thinking. What Shorty was saying was 100% truth. The bottom line is men do got to step up and do what they need to do. They have been coddled. They have been not understanding what they should do because we know what they say. Only a man can teach a man how to be a man, right? So if majority of the brothers growing up in my generation and behind me have been raised by single mothers, what do you expect? You're not going to get a strong man. You're going to get some weak individuals who are lazy, and that's where you get these Pookies and Ray Rays from, right? But what she's saying is that men got to take responsibility and build, and even though they may have come from a broken home, they got to grow up enough as a man and say, yeah, it was broken, but it's time for me to dust myself off and get myself right. So I had to put that video up there. You know, I know another young man who did the video, and he was going kind of against what she was saying. But see, I look deeper into what's going on and what she's saying. And what she's saying is 100% right. Men have to take responsibility. And regardless, we get stepped on and beat down on each and every day. We have to brush ourselves off. You know, like Jay say, brush your shoulders off, keep it moving, 99 problems. But being a man should not be one. You should be working strong and doing what you need to do and find that woman that's going to be your helpmate. If she ain't going to be your helpmate, I don't care how sexy she is, you should leave her where you found her and find that one that's going to build you and build your future family, because you're going to be old one day. And you don't want to be some old cat being treated bad because you didn't pick the right female to be in your life and y'all didn't raise the right kids to take care of you as you got older. So I had to end on that one with the 304 side of things, because the reason why I did that, because what she's saying, you're going to have a bunch of 304s saying, yeah, that's right, girl. Tell them. Yeah, that's right, girl. Tell them. But they didn't listen to the point she was making. And you young men, listen to the point she's making. Step up, be the man that's missing. You know, we need Superman. Superman need to come on. Stop playing games. All right, now we're gonna hit you with hit you on the verses with the traditional woman side of things. Check her out. Listen what she's saying.
Women are facing today. The biggest problem that modern women are facing today is that they have bought into the belief that men are to be blamed for their problems. Why that is so negative is because first, it keeps them in a childlike state where they are forever the victim of other people. Second, they will never face up to their own shit, to their own problems, and how they are contributing to the problem. And third, a part of them will never want to be in a relationship. They will always keep manipulating subconsciously the relationship, because you don't want to be in a relationship with someone that you think is responsible for your problems. So what I'm proposing here is a return to true femininity, where you are a woman, an adult woman, that knows that she is absolutely responsible for her own reaction and response to other people, that she's an adult person that has responsibility for her own life, and that you go back into the softness and actually take care of your inner child and open your heart to men and understand that they are suffering as much as we have. Every person in this world is suffering in this terrible system, and that you as a woman, you are absolutely capable of having a loving relationship with a loving man. You gotta look inside and heal yourself, and then you will find such a partner. The problem of
all right, guys. That's my video right there. Having to do it. You can rock out with a 304, or you can be strong enough, young men, to find you a lady that's going to support what you want to do. But you first got to be a man, meaning that stop thinking 50-50 is the way to go. 50-50 ain't the way to go. An older fella once told me, which I thought was real smart. He said 50-50, that it ain't supposed to be 50-50. It's supposed to be 100 100% of yourself and 100% of the woman that you're rocking with, because she's gonna give you 100% of her to help you keep going where you're going. And that 100% mean you're gonna rock out with the house you have, the apartment you have, the car you have, what you do, and you put your 100% in making sure that your bills and things are being paid and that you're an individual that got yourself together. And once you find that you got yourself together, then you go out and you find a young lady that is going to be able to be satisfied with what you can provide. You hear me? What you can provide. If she's cool with that, then you're okay. But if you deal with women who always want more and more and constantly keep saying, oh, he's got to have ambition and he's got to be doing this, he's got to be doing that, then that's not the woman for you. The woman that's for you is when she sees you and she sees that you are maintaining and doing well for yourself on the level you're on. She's willing to get with you and work out with you to the rest of whatever you're going to do in your life. And if y'all benefit and move forward and do great things, then she's there with you. But if you maintain what you have and y'all are doing okay, she's cool with you there too. That's the type of woman you need to be with. So I just wanted to show y'all that, the difference between the 304s and the ladies, and have you think about something and say to yourself, that's who I should be with. A lady that's a lady and not a woman for the streets. Till next time, I'll catch up with y'all. Peace.